the Texans and Colts have been tied for first in the AFC South since Week 10, so the winner today takes the outright lead in the division. Second quarter, after a Texans fumble, Indy cashes in. Matt Hasselbeck finds Dante Moncrief for the 11-yard touchdown, and it's 7-0 Colts. It's halftime at Reed Arena between the Missouri Tigers and 13th-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. A&M looking for win number 15 of this season. As we welcome you to 12th Man Studios, I'm Jake Kobersky. Now, 2 nights ago at Reed, it was bedlam on the Brazos as the Bayou Bengals of LSU took on the 10th-ranked Aggie men. It looked like the stronghold the Lady Bears had on the Big 12 Conference was coming to an end. They weren't looking sharp. Texas is playing great, but all of a sudden, a week later, and after beating Texas on the road in Austin, it looks like the same old Lady Bears. A special night and a special crowd at Reed Arena as the Aggies defeated LSU. But it was business as usual for this Texas A&M basketball team. Business for you, Jalen. 20 points. Can you talk about your performance? Talk about the magnitude of this win. Day 2 of spring drills from the Coolidge practice facility in the books. I'm here with Texas A&M defensive end Deshaun Hall. Deshaun, last season not the finish this program was accustomed to. Is that a sort of source of motivation during spring drills, or has last season been completely flush? We're here at UTSA where engineering students and members of the football team are kicking their way into the 21st century.
So right here we have 8 cameras, right? And these infrared sensors, it's infrared cameras, so it picks up the sensors as we're kicking, right? And then based on certain equations and algorithms that Dr. Oyama has come up with, we can track the velocity of any part, any 2 points on our body. And so by doing that, you can have correlations between different velocities in different parts of your body.
Mechanical engineering student and roadrunner kicker Daniel Portillo, along with the team led by Dr. Yuxing Fing, developed a kicking simulator unlike one you might find at a game.
Right now, this is only one of the factors, right? So this is just the kicking analysis. We have two other devices we're actually working on in order to correlate ball flight and leg speed out on the field, because obviously this would be hard to take out on the field. So we're working on correlating the 3 of them together.
These infrared cameras are set up in a circle around the kicker and monitor his movement during the kick. The glasses, worn by Portillo, have a camera on the front to show where the kicker is looking. It even has sensors on the inside to monitor movement of the pupil.
We wanted to figure out a way to basically improve their performance. And so today what we're doing is we're gathering the kicking motion to analyze it in order to optimize performance and prevent the injury of other kickers.
Now, how does Coach Larry Coker feel about the simulator?
They're all for it. I mean, it's only going to make us better.
Maybe the kicking part, though, should be left to the experts. Jake Kobersky, KSAT 12 Sports. There's no doubt about it. Kobe Bryant, one of the toughest players ever. Next in Big Board Sports. The Spurs are still unbeaten on the backside of back-to-back games after taking care of the LA Lakers last night. Sweeping the purple and gold this season, 7 Spurs scored in double figures, led by Tony Parker and his 25 points in only 32 minutes. LaMarcus Aldridge was next in line with 16 points. Tim Duncan posted a double-double with 12 points and a team-high 13 rebounds. Kyle Anderson, who started for the injured Kawhi Leonard, added 14 points and a team-high 2 steals. Spurs win 119-113, leaving LA with the split. Patty Mills says it's all part of getting back into the swing of things after a long All-Star break.
Just to get back into a rhythm and get back into what we've been doing the whole year, I guess. But then again, it's no excuses because everyone's on the same page and then having a good break and coming back into it. But it's definitely good, that break, for the long run.
A win is a win. Just got to keep building on the rhythm and on the groove and just keep getting better every night.
Next up for the Spurs, the Phoenix Suns tomorrow afternoon at 4. It's Game 5 of the 8-game rodeo road trip. Kawhi Leonard is listed as questionable with left calf tightness. Kobe Bryant wanted nothing more than to beat the Spurs last night, his final game against the Silver and Black. He's the ultimate competitor and probably hates losing more than he even loves winning. With the Lakers out of the playoff picture, I'm sure he'll take any little victory as he closes out his amazing 20-year career. Before the last game last night, Coach Pop said you just can't help but watch him, kind of like the way you would watch Michael Jordan. We didn't get to watch Kobe close out his final game against the Spurs because of a dislocated middle finger on his shooting hand. Injury happened late in the fourth quarter while chasing down the ball. He was pulled with 35 seconds to go and was sent to the locker room for treatment. Brian talked about the injury post-game.
I tried to go after the ball and just slipped on the wet floor. As I slipped, I put my hand down and tried to balance myself, but I couldn't spread my palm fast enough. So my finger just jammed right into the floor and just popped right out. And, I tried to go after the ball, but my finger just felt kind of dangling. It was just kind of out and to the side, and the other part was going the other way. So, thought about trying to put it back in myself.
He's had injuries and played through stuff that nobody will ever even know about. He's a warrior. He's one of the toughest we've ever had.
Your guard Jordan Clarkson is a rising young star, product of Wagner High School here in San Antonio. Clarkson has been the Lakers' most consistent player this season. Last night he dropped 20 points on 6 of 11 shooting. He played in 3 of 4 games versus the Spurs this season and averaged 19 points in 33 minutes, his 4th best average against an opponent this season. Clearly he ups the ante a little bit when playing the team he watched growing up.
You know, it's crazy seeing these guys on the court, even guys like Tim. You know, I think I posted a picture on, it was like Twitter or something. And,
right, well, your mom works at a hotel in San Antonio, so you met a lot of these guys when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, so, you know, growing up, seeing those guys and, you know, asking them for pictures, and now I'm on the same court with them, it's pretty crazy.
Super Bowl 50 MVP Von Miller back in College Station to watch the Aggies take on number 14 Kentucky. End of regulation tied at 68. Danielle House gets a good look for the Aggies but comes up short. The Aggies, or the Wildcats' heave is no good, and we're headed to overtime for the 2nd year in a row. In OT, Aggies down 76-75, and attacking Anthony Collins misses. Isaac Humphries gets the ball and is fouled intentionally. Now Humphries, he slams the ball down in excitement, but you can't do that. That's a tech, and that technical fouled him out of the game. Both teams get 2 free throws. House made both for the Aggies. The Wildcats went 1 of 2 from the line, setting up a wild finish. Time ticking away. House misses the runner, but the freshman Tyler Davis is there for the putback layup. At the buzzer, Von Miller and company going nuts because the Aggies knock off the Wildcats for the first time since 2013, 79-77 in overtime. Number 25, Baylor making the trip down I-35 to face number 24, Texas in Austin. The Bears dominated this one. First half, Taurean Prince picks off the pass and races back for the two-handed slam, and it's 6-0 Baylor. He had 17 in this contest. Later in the half, Prince drives, shoots and misses, but Jonathan Motley is there for the putback to make it 38-22 Bears. Motley scored 24 points on 12 of 13 shooting. That's impressive to say the least. Baylor takes it 78-64, outscoring Texas 50-32 in the paint. Churchill grad Connor Lambert had 9 points in the loss. To Morgantown now, the great Jerry West taking in West Virginia and Oklahoma. West, the former Mountaineer, second half Sooners. Buddy Hield turns it over. Jason Page makes the transition layup, tying things up at 52. Oklahoma would then take charge after that with a 9-0 run off the Mountaineers' miss. Sooners on the fast break and Hield for 3. It's now 61-52 Oklahoma. Buddy with the game-high 29 points. Later on in the half, Isaiah Cousins showing off his handles, then goes 3-ball over the defense. He scored 12, and number 3 Oklahoma beats number 10 West Virginia 76-62. Staying right here in San Antonio, Our Lady of the Lake tonight taking on Langston University and head coach Cheryl Miller. She's a member of the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame and the Basketball Hall of Fame. But the Saints, they ruled this game from the start. Whitney Salmon with a steal under the basket, and she lays it in for 2 of her team leading 12 points off the bench. Later on, the pass goes to Daniela Nepente for a 3-ball. She scored 9 points, all from beyond the arc. And the Saints rolled to an easy 92-38 win. They clinched their 4th Red River Athletic Conference regular season championship. The Saints are ranked number 1 in the NAIA and have won 24 straight games. Ty Dillon on the pole for the NASCAR Xfinity Series opener at newly renovated Daytona. 10 laps to go. Chase Elliott, the pole sitter for the Daytona 500, leads the pack down the backstretch. But how would he finish? Final lap coming out of turn 2. Joey Logano on the outside has a run, so Elliott goes high to try to cut off their momentum. Then let's fast forward to turn 4, headed for the checkered flag. Logano tries to go outside of Elliott, but there's contact, and Elliott holds on to take the win. Let's take another look at this in slow-mo as Elliott on the inside is sawing hard on the wheel, trying to keep Logano at bay, but he takes the victory for his first restrictor plate win.